Did Apostle Arome Osayi actually call Pastor John Anosike false? Well, in today's video, we shall be talking about the fight between Apostle Arome Osayi and Pastor John Anosike. And this fight didn't just start of recent. It has been there for a long time now, almost a year. And yesterday, Apostle Arome Osayi revived it. So what is really going on between these two ministers, these two men of God? We shall be discussing it today and who started one. So if you're interested in this topic, please, I would like you guys to like this video and to watch this video till the end. So as usual, I normally illustrate how the whole thing started. First, it all started when Apostle Arome Osayi placed a challenge to other men of God to come out to declare in the public that they have never slept with any woman except their women. In that process, Pastor John Anosike also saw the video on internet and decided to react on the video. So his reaction to the challenge also reached the ears of Apostle Arome Osayi, and of course, you know what Apostle Arome Osayi likes to do. He gave a reply to Pastor John Anosike's reaction to his challenge he placed, but Pastor John Anosike did not reply to it again. But of recent, Arome Osayi revived everything, and in that process, he called Pastor John Anosike false indirectly. Let's start with the video where Arome placed the challenge.
See, here I boasted, and I said, any woman that you know that I've slept with you before, go to Facebook and cry, shout. I challenge every pastor to do that. The owner of Facebook will become a billionaire because I know he's a billionaire now. He'll become a trillionaire because the comments that will fly on Facebook will make Facebook, in fact, the satellite will burst. Are you with me? And I'm not saying that to exalt myself. I'm saying that so that it will be clear to record that not all of us came to look for vanity. Not all of us came to look for what we could get. And it's just that people can't see you people. My congregation, I have the...
So that was the challenge Apostle Arome Osayi placed on the internet. Is there any man of God that has a courage to declare that? Is there any woman that I have touched or slept with? Let her come out to the public or to the social media to show her claims to the public. And a lot of men of God came out to respond to his challenge, but the one that caught everybody's attention was the one from Pastor John Anosike, because he also placed a challenge to Apostle Arome Osayi to come out. Listen to the challenge he also placed to Apostle Arome Osayi.
I had one, when I'm angry this way. One teacher that claimed himself to be a teacher said, gave a challenge. If you're a man of God, you've never slept with another woman, come out and say it. I can say it boldly. Say, really? So look at that is boast, pride from the pit of hell. Because that's your filthy righteousness, and it does not amount to anything before God. Because even though you think you have not done it, it is by his grace and righteousness that empowered you not to. But here's my take in such type of nonsense words. My take there is, if you claim you have not done it physically, have you done it in your imaginations? Come out and tell us that you have not lusted after any woman.
Did Arome Osayi reply to this challenge? Of course, yes. He came out to reply to the challenge Pastor John Anosike gave to him, but it was not as requested. At this time, let's listen to his reply sent back to Pastor John.
Okay, let us begin the response. In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 12, 1 Samuel chapter 12, verse 1. Behold, here am I, witness against me before the Lord and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Or whose ass have I taken? Or whom have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed? Or of whose hand have I received any bribe? to blind my eyes therewith, and I will restore it to you. This is the prophet Samuel. He was about to come to the end of his ministry, and he was compelled to do a strange thing. He brought himself under the scrutiny of the people that he judged by his calling as a prophet in the land. And he asked a few questions. Can we take inventory of the questions again? The question is this man doing this out of pride? Was it a sense of piety, a sense of sanctimony that was his motivation behind these questions that he was making bare before the children of Israel? Was it pride? His walk with God in secret and in public has been an open book. And because he was sure of his integrity, he didn't consider it a threat for him to do this before the entire assembly. How many people that are preachers can come before their congregation and say, whose daughter did I touch? You know what? I am sure of my integrity. And that's why I did this in South Africa. I said, hey, if there is any woman among you that I laid hand on, let the woman cry out. I found it from the life of Samuel. You are not fit for the pulpit if you are an extortioner. You use the grace and the office that God has made available to you as a means of extorting things from people. You are not fit for the pulpit. And in the words of Samuel, I want to ask if there is anybody in this immediate congregation or around the world for that matter that I extorted something from in the practice of ministry. That person too has liberty to cry out. The example that I have for this is Samuel in the Old Testament. I also have New Testament example. For a preacher to be offended that another preacher comes out and say, if I have touched any woman, the woman should cry out. You need to know that we're in the last. He was offended for that. It means we're in the last days. We're in the last days where people will make effort to try to legitimize things that are outlawed. His offense was not that I touched a woman and I'm trying to hide it. His offense was that I have come to do what Samuel is doing because I am sure of my integrity. I will never apologize for my stand of holiness in the body of Christ till my dying day.
So Apostle Arome said he will never ever apologize to the public, as stated by Pastor John Anosike, that he should come out to the public to apologize because of his boasting. He was arrogant in God's eyes. God is going to remove his anointing. And after that response, the fight between these two men of God seemed like it has ended. But when Apostle Arome Osayi went to US, he again spoke of this thing and called those people who came out to be against him false teachers and evil men of God, and of which Pastor John Anosike happened to be one of those people who criticized him. Let's listen what he said.
So we don't play with immorality. No, not at all. My problems began in Africa when I stood up and said, if there's any lady that I've ever had sexual relations with, apart from my wife, rise up, go on social media and shame me. Guess who fought me? Pastors. I said, what kind of announcement? What announcement is this? After nobody came, because I'm sure of my integrity, and I'm not boasting, I'm just telling you, somewhere in the Bible, he made such statements. Before he finished ministry, he said, is there anybody's wife I took, anyone I coveted? And it was his integrity that he was sure of. It was on display as a standard. Yes, my battles began it's pastors that fought miracles. What strange? We heard you making an announcement. I mean, they fought me across nations, not just my country, to show you the level of immorality that is in the church. And you think those ones are pastors? Oh my. I don't want to go into the issue of demonic impartation. I don't want to go there because, no, not today, maybe next week. Demonic impartation is when you go to a false church, a satanic church. The pastor himself is an open door to a lot of demonic dimensions because he's into immorality, distortion, oppression, different kinds. So different kinds of doors are open already. Then he says he wants to pray for you, and then he's praying, then he's moved and comes and lays hands on you. May the Lord give you understanding. Meanwhile, if you are a victim of any of the above, today is.
So those pastors who came out to oppose him, he named and labeled them false teachers and demonic pastors who operate in demonic powers. Let me also put my mouth on this. The side I am is the side of Pastor John Anosike, because there is no way you boast in the eyes of God without you being punished, and you have no right of calling somebody a false teacher. Thank you for watching this video up to here. Please like this video.